Okay, magandang araw mga boss. So today we will discuss the uh, short circuit calculation using per unit method, and we will try to do it in the software demo. So first steps in per unit method, kailangan mong mag establish ng base MBA, at itong base MBA na ito ang gagamitin mo throughout the calculation. On the susunod na mga procedure, malalaman natin kung ano ba yung gamit ng MBA base. And second, you need to convert all the reactance value to per unit value. Ibig sabihin, yung value or yung parameters ng iyong component sa iyong single line diagram, which is all reactances values, i-convert mo siya sa per unit value using ng MBA base mo. So, from actual reactance to per unit reactance. And then you need to present your equivalent reactance diagram. From actual single line diagram, you need to convert it to reactance diagram. So, per unit reactance simplification, per unit fault calculation ang sunod, and then multiply the per unit fault current by the base current to obtain the short circuit current in the amperes. Mamaya papaliwanag natin kung paano ginagawa yan. So to be to to be specific on this, so yung step 1 is to choose the base MBA to be used in analysis. So there are some notes based on my experience, no? So normally ang ginagamit natin sa analysis as MBA base is 100 MBA. So, pero hindi naman siya nililimit na 100 MBA lang ang ginagamit. It depends on the electrical engineer or yung isa na or yung kung sino yung nag-a-analyze. Pwede niya gamitin yung 10 MBA kung saan siya mas comfortable. Sometimes, yung utility available short circuit MBA are also considered as MBA base. So, sa experience ko, ginagamit ko yung utility available short circuit MBA as MBA base when dealing with the short circuit calculation. And also some engineers are using the main transformer MBA ratings as MBA base. So for this example, yung transformer na 2000 kVA which is equivalent to 2 MVA, pwede mo rin siyang gamitin as base MVA. So, alin man ang gusto mong gamitin, 10 MVA, 100 MVA, or yung utility available short circuit, or yung main transformer MVA rating, walang problema yan. So, ang condition lang dyan, once napili mo na yung isang value as MVA base, all throughout the calculation, isang MVA base lang ang gagamitin mo. Conversion of all reactances to per unit value. Yan yung sunod na steps. So, paano mo ba gagawin yung conversion of all reactances value to per unit value? So, dito sa step na ito, kailangan mong i-convert lahat ng component mo sa iyong single line diagram. Lahat ng value ng reactances will be converted to per unit value as per this formula. So, for example, for utility. So, ang ating utility per unit value will be equal to MVA base over MVA ng ating utility. Yung MVA utility means yung ating short circuit, available short circuit MVA ng ating utility. Yan yung formula niyan. So, ang reactance or X per unit value ng ating utility is equals to MVA base divided by MVA utility. For our transformer, So, require natin yung percent Z divided by 100, multiply by the MBA base over the MBA transformer. In this case, for example, 2000 kVA, so 2 MBA. So, napakahalaga ng data na yan, percent Z, at saka yung ating MBA ratings. Ito, saan ba yan? Wait ha. Ito yung magnitude ng impedance sa yung say cable mo na yan. Itong say cable mo na to is direct substitute mo lang dito sa value na ito, multiply by MBA base over KB squared, makukuha mo yung reactance value ng iyong per unit value ng iyong cable. Next is, once na na-convert mo lahat ng components mo, so you need to present your equivalent reactance diagram. Paano mo gagawin yan? So, from this actual single line diagram, magiging ganito ang itsura niya, which is what we call the equivalent reactance diagram. Mapapansin mo, puro mga reactance lang ang makikita dyan. So, for utility, mayroon siyang sariling per unit reactance. This is cable 1, this transformer, and then connected to cable 2, and then cable 3, and then the lamp motor. And from there, i-determine mo yung mga fault points. Okay? In this case, we have this fault points at transformer secondary, fault 1, which is on the distribution panel, 400 volts bus, at meron tayong MCC panel na para sa mga MCC motor control center. So, ang bus noon is 400 volts din. Kailangan mo ring i-calculate yung fault point na yan, which is called F2. So, once na na-present mo na yung equivalent reactance diagram, kailangan mo nang i-present yung per unit reactance simplification. So, i-reduce mo na yung iyong circuit diagram. Itong from this reactance diagram, kung saan yung fault points na ina-analyze mo, for example, FT, okay? So, i-reduce mo dyan, i-reduce mo yung circuit mo until ma-simplify mo siya at to the point of your fault point under analysis. Okay? For this example, meron tayong FT and meron tayong reactance diagram no, showing the fault point FT. Fault point FT was a short circuit fault or fault on the secondary side of transformer. So, kailangan mong i-reduce ang iyong circuit. Say this one X utility to X cable 1 and X transformer. Let's say rename it as XA. And this is in series, no? I-simplify mo siya as series connection. And same as in this XB, which is connected in series connection. See? So, magiging ganito na lang siya. Simplification. On the upstream, meron kang XA and downstream mo ay XB. So, showing your fault point FT. And then after, masisimplify na siya as this. Okay? So, yung X in between your fault point, mapapansin mo yung reactance value ng iyong in between fault points will show like this. Parallel connection. Okay? So, in circuit simplification, when it comes to per unit method of short circuit calculation, gumagamit tayo ng parallel series circuit reduction method. Okay? So, kapag series, ang reference natin is yung fault point. From the fault point, no? If it is series connection, you can simplify as it one reactance value, same as this one, no? This is in series. 3 series reactances, equivalent siya sa XB. So, magiging ganito yung itsura niya. One upstream is XA and downstream is XB. So, to simplify, that connections in reference with the fault point is in parallel. So, from there, makukuha na natin yung X equivalent at fault point. Okay. So, nakuha na natin yung simplification. Nagawa na natin simplification. Next method or steps is per unit fault current calculation. Once na nakuha mo na yung equivalent reactance in reference to the fault point, your I per unit or yung tinatawag na fault current, per unit fault current is equals to 1.0 over equivalent reactance. So, once na nakuha mo na yung per unit current, i-multiply mo lang siya sa base current and you will obtain the short circuit current at a specific fault. To proceed on our example, ito yung ating example. Meron daw utility which is 13.8 kV and with available short circuit MVA na 400 MVA. It is connected with a cable which is cable 1 connected to a 2 MVA transformer with a given data. And the secondary side of the transformer is connected to a 400 volt bus main distribution panel. And from the distribution panel, there is an MCC which supplying a lamp load, motor load of 500 kVA. So step 1 natin, kailangan nating mag-select ng MVA base. In this case, we consider 100 MVA. Again, pwede mong gamitin ng utility MVA short circuit. Pwede mo rin gamitin ng transformer MVA rating or any value. Kailangan mo lamang yung MVA base mo is yun yung value na gagamitin mo all throughout your analysis, your short circuit calculation. In this case, MVA base is 100 MVA. Therefore, ang ating I base, kailangan natin i-determine yan. At fault point F2 is, which is ang ating for example, nagkaroon ka ng fault point sa bus dito sa 13.8. Ito yung gagamitin mong base current. At sa ating calculation, dahil lang ating fault points is all connected in 400 volts, so ang ating base voltage is 400 volts. So ito yung ating gagamiting base current, yung 144,337.57 ampere. Yun yung ating base current na gagamitin all through sa ating calculation. So for conversion, step 2, conversion of all reactances into per unit value. So yung ating utility, that is 100 MVA, which is our MVA base over 400 MVA, which is equivalent to 0.25 per unit. Sa ating transformer, so ang ating percent C is 6.75 divided by 100 multiplied by 100 MVA, which is our base MVA, divided by 2 MVA rated MVA ng ating transformer, which is equivalent to 3.375 per unit. Sa ating motor, meron tayong 15% over 100 multiplied by MVA base na 100 divided by 0.5 MVA, which is equivalent to 500 kVA, no? So the per unit reactance is 30 per unit. 30 per unit value. sa ating cable. So, same value ang ating gagamitin sa technical datasheet ng per cable natin for C1, C2, and C3. Okay? Na the R and X value, which is ohms per 1,000 feet. Okay? And length is given. 50 for cable 1, 100 for feet for cable 2, and 50 feet for cable 3. And the number of parallel conductors is very important. So in this case, we have 1 in cable 1, 4 in cable 2, and 2 in cable 3. Okay. So to calculate the magnitude of impedance of cable 1, for example, so focus tayo dito sa 1 core by 140 kc male, which is 50 feet in length in PVC pipe. Okay. So to calculate the magnitude of impedance, yung ZZ1 o magnitude of impedance of ZZ1, cable 1 is equals to R squared plus X squared, which is equals to 0.001219 ohms per foot. And to calculate the impedance per phase, dahil ang ating parallel conductors is isa lang, or walang parallel conductors, no? Isa lang yung cable natin sa ating 13.8 na linya. So, i-divide mo lang yung magnitude of impedance sa number of parallel conductors, which is equals to 1, multiply to the length of cable, which is 50 feet. Meron tayong value na 0.0061 ohms. Ito yung i-direct substitute natin sa formula ng conversion for per unit value ng reactance ng ating cable. So, yung say C1 as calculated, i-direct substitute natin 0.0061 ohms multiply by 100 MVA, that is the MVA base, over 13.8 squared or 13.8 kV squared. Dahil yung ating cable is connected to 13.8, so ang kV base natin dyan is 13.8 squared. So, ang X per unit ng cable natin ay 0.0029 per unit. Okay? So, as calculated, so ito yung value ng ating cable per unit reactance para sa XC1, XC2, and XC3. So, you try to calculate on your own yung XC2, XC3 kung parehas nga tayo ng value. So, for the XC1, meron tayong calculated na 0.029 per unit. XC2 is 0.719 per unit. And for XC3 is 0.625 per unit. Same method ang ginamit natin. No? So, after conversion, meron na tayong equivalent reactance diagram. For our X utility, as calculated, we have 0.25 per unit. Cable 1 is 0.0029 per unit. For transformer is 3.375 per unit. For the cables, cable 2, 0.719. For cable 3 is 0.625. And for motor is 30 per unit value. Okay. So again, in circuit reduction, ang sunod na, no? Dahil na-presenta natin yung equivalent reactance diagram. So, puproceed na tayo sa circuit reduction in reference to the fault points. So, simply, gagamitin lang natin ay series parallel circuit reduction method. For this example, say there is a three-phase short circuit in secondary of transformer, and we will put it as fault point FT or fault and transformer. Okay. There are also fault in 400 volt bus, which we will label as fault F1, and there are also fault in MCC 400 volt bus, and we will label it as fault point F2. So, yan yung equivalent reactance diagram. for equivalent reactance diagram ng fault FT. So, means we assume there is a fault in secondary side of the transformer. So, to calculate the equivalent reactance or the XEQ at fault point FT, so again, magre-reduce tayo ng circuit. In this case, yung XB is a combination of, a series combination of X ng utility, X ng cable, at ang X ng transformer. And at the downstream naman natin, that XA is equivalent to 3.628 per unit. Means series connection ng tatlong nasa upstream. 0.25 plus 0.029 plus 3.375, which is equivalent to 3.628 per unit. So downstream, let's say XB, so 3 series connected reactances din yan. So, equivalent siya sa 31.344. Pinagad lang natin yung 0.719, 0.625, plus yung 30 per unit. From there, mag-establish tayo ng more simplified reactance diagram, which is composed of XA, which is we calculated, and XB. Okay. So that means it is parallel connection as discussed earlier, no? So the equivalent reactance is equals to 3.252 per unit. So parallel connected lang yan in reference sa fault point FT. So ganito yung magiging equivalent reactance diagram, simplified equivalent reactance diagram. There is an XE Q at fault FT, which is equals to 3.252 as calculated. So, kailangan nating makuha yung per unit, short circuit per unit value. Okay, so ganito yung magiging itsura niya. So, meron tayong supply na 1.0 per unit. So, to calculate the per unit short circuit current, simply 1 over 0. So, this is a basic electrical circuit current calculation, no? So I per unit will be voltage supply, which is 1.0 per unit, divided by yung equivalent reactance in reference to fault point FT. So meron tayong value na 0.3075 per unit. So bakit ba siya 1.0? So normally ginagamit natin yung 1.0 as pre-fault bus voltage in assumption na yung pre-fault voltage, kaya nga tinawag na pre-fault, yung before the short circuit happen, in-assume natin na yung actual voltage ng bus is equals to the pre-fault voltage or the base voltage. So mangyayari dyan 1.0, which is equals to this one. Okay, 1.0. So normally 1.0 ginagamit natin. So, to calculate naman yung 3-phase short circuit, again, i-multiply lang natin dun sa base current. So, na-obtain natin yung base current kanina na diniscuss natin. So, base current, which is power formula lang naman yan ng ating MVA base. So, MVA base over square root ng 3 divided by 400 volts. So, ito yung. So, i-multiply mo lang siya sa per unit value ng current, short circuit current. So, makaka-obtain tayo ng 3-phase short circuit at fault FT, which is the secondary side of the transformer, which is equivalent to 44,384.25 ampere. So, ganyan mag-calculate ng ating short circuit current at specific fault point. So, at this point of time, try to calculate the 3-phase short circuit at fault point F1 and F2 using same procedure or steps na diniscuss natin. And this will be the result. So, if there is a fault in transformer secondary side, o yung tinawag nating fault point FT, meron tayong 44,384.25 ampere. And at fault point F1, meron tayong 37,917.48 ampere. At pole point F2 is 33,847.16 ampere. So as design engineer or maintenance engineer, makakapag-estimate ka na ng KAIC rating of CB. In this case, nagpe-perform sila ng short circuit calculation in manual mode or yung hand method para ma-estimate nila kung yung bang circuit breaker na naka-installed ay enough pa doon sa available short circuit ng electrical system updated. Ganda ngayon kasi sa mga malalaking company, meron na silang ETAP na ginagamit katulad doon, as my experience, meron na kaming ETAP which is every 3 years, every time or every time na magkakaroon ng upgrade sa electrical system namin, i-update lang namin yung additional load. So and then iraran lang namin yung ETAP. Malalaman namin kung pasok pa ba sa available kung pasok pa ba sa rating ng mga installed na circuit breaker yung updated na available short circuit current. So ganun kahalaga yung pag-analyze ng short circuit ng ating electrical system. Kung wala naman kayong software, so ito yung maganda. Dapat alam natin yung ating manual method. So to continue the discussion, last time nag-perform tayo ng point-to-point method. Okay? MBA method, and now tapos na natin yung per unit method at the same fault point, at the same single line diagram na presentation. So mapapansin natin na yung MBA method at per unit method almost hindi nagkakalayo sila ng value. Pero mapapansin mo, yung per unit method mas mababa sa compare sa MBA method and compare to point-to-point method. So, yan. So, after this, we will simulate yung ating software. Stay tuned lang tayo and I will share you the kung paano ba i-download o gamitin yung free software na yon. Walang license, only da-download mo lang siya, magre-register ka and magagamit mo na siya sa mga MB to low voltage electrical system. So stay tuned mga boss, and thank you for watching. Sana may natututunan kayo, and for any question, comment lang kayo dito. Okay, thank you.